everybody. I'm going to try to film for you today one of my chair yoga stretch classes. Um, since we're not together, I'm hoping you'll have an opportunity to join me from the comfort of your own living rooms or dining rooms or wherever you've got space to do this class. As you see, I'm not using a standard Silver Sneakers chair because I don't own one. But if you choose a chair, please choose one that you can use for balance and support if we're going to be doing any balance exercises beside or behind your chair. Make sure it's sturdy and it's not going to slip. You can do this class on carpet if you want to, because we don't do a lot of lateral movement where you could trip. And I always like it to do my classes in bare feet, because we can better work the muscles in our toes and in our ankles and in our feet themselves. But you can choose to do what works best for you. I thought for my first class with you on video, since our gym is closed, I would just do a general class where we're going to try to move every muscle in our body. We're going to try to move all of our joints through their pain-free range of motion. And hopefully my goal is that at the end of the class, you're really glad you did it. You feel better at the end than you did at the beginning. So it's important that you listen to your body. Don't do anything that hurts. Don't do anything that your doctors told you not to do. Make sure you feel safe. If I'm asking you to stand on one foot and that is uncomfortable for you, or I'm telling you to let go of your chair and balance and you don't want to, you don't have to do it. You don't need any equipment for this class other than your chair. And I also recommend that you have a water bottle underneath your chair that you can grab to have a sip of water from time to time. In fact, let's start with a sip of water. And I'll turn the music on and we'll get started. I think. So to begin with, we're just going to sit nice and tall on our chair, that front half of the chair. What I'd like you to do is imagine your spine, and at the end of the spine you have your tailbone, and I want you to lift your tailbone, draw your shoulder blades back, and lean forward just a little bit. Then you're going to grab the base of your chair, push your hips straight back into the chair, and sit up against the chair back, nice and relaxed. You can keep your hands on your lap and close your eyes if you like, and just take a few deep breaths. Draw the air in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Again, inhale through the nose and let it out through your mouth. Relax the muscles in your belly so that as you draw the air in, you can feel your belly inflate with the breath. In fact, go ahead and put your hands on your belly, and as you inhale, feel your fingers push apart as you draw that air deep into your lungs. We're living in stressful times, and deep breathing like this, where you draw the air deep into the lungs, relaxing the muscles in your abdomen, can actually lower your blood pressure and reduce the amount of adrenaline and cortisol that's being let into your bloodstream. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to sit up away from our chair back and walk our hips forward on the chair. Feet are going to be flat on the floor. And just let your arms hang to your sides. And as you inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. If you like, you can keep your eyes closed, because I would like you to focus on your own breathing and moving your shoulders with the rhythm of your breath. It doesn't have to be in time with me, but keep those long, deep breaths. And as you inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Once more, let's draw the shoulders up. And as we exhale, let the shoulders roll back and down. And then let them roll forward and up. And back and down. Ready, let's go in the opposite direction. Inhale, rolling the shoulders up and back. And as you exhale, let the shoulders roll forward and down. As you roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. And as you roll them forward, let the shoulders roll forward and start to wake up the muscles in your back. Excellent. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders back. Let's bend the right elbow. And as you inhale, reach up with the right hand, down with the left. And then bring your hands to your shoulders. And inhale, up with the left, down with the right. Remember, if any of this hurts, if you have rotator cuff issues and this movement is painful, do the parts that feel good. And don't do any of the parts that hurt. Inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, hands to the shoulders. Again, this does not have to be in time with me. If you're breathing faster or slower than I am, that's fine. Let's let the left hand come to the side and let the right hand come up and over and turn your chest and shoulders towards your left. Bring your hands up and over. And look over your right shoulder. Inhale up and over. And look to the left. And inhale up and over. And look to the right. Left hand's going to come up and over by itself. And relax your shoulders, roll them up and back. Bring that right arm out in front of you. And then turn as far as you can. Follow that hand. Look over your shoulder. Open the chest. And then bring the hand across. Give yourself a little half a hug. And look over your left shoulder. Look straight ahead. And let the hand come to your side. Left arm comes up. Turn. Look over your left shoulder. Feeling the stretch in the chest. And bring the arm across your chest. Give yourself that little half a hug. Look over your shoulder. Look straight ahead. And drop your arm to your side. Let's do that again. Bring the arm up. Turn, looking over your shoulder. Half a hug. Look straight ahead. And arm to the side. And once more, lifting the left arm up. Let's turn, looking over the shoulder. Over the other shoulder. Straight ahead. And down. Very good. The right arm is going to come up. It's going to come across the chest. And this time we're going to gently hold it there, cradling the elbow, and rotate that right wrist. And rotate it in the opposite direction. Make a fist and stretch your fingers wide. Make a fist and stretch the fingers wide. Let's bring our right arm out to the front. Turn your palm towards me. Feel that nice stretch come along the top of your wrist. And then turn the fingertips in and feel the stretch on the back of your hand. Palm's going to turn up. Go ahead and bend your elbow. Bend and straighten a few times. And then gently press that elbow up into a tricep stretch. And then reach for the ceiling. We're not going to hold the stretches for a long time because our muscles aren't properly warmed up yet. Give yourself a hug round your back. Tuck your chin to your chest. And then lift your elbows up and over. And let your arms come to your side. Relax your shoulders. Roll them up and back. And let's do the other arm. Left arm's going to come out to the side. Bring it across your chest. Gently hold it there with the right hand and rotate your left wrist. And rotate the other way. Make a fist and stretch the fingers wide. Make a fist and stretch the fingers wide. Our bodies are meant to be moved. Our bodies are meant to be used. And so it's important while we're in this period where we can't go to the gym that you find ways to move your body. It's important for your lymphatic system, which is also important for your immune system. It's good for your physical being as well as your mental well-being to move your body every day. Go ahead and turn the thumbs up and turn the thumbs down. Turn the thumbs up, give yourself a big hug, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest, and let's lift the elbows up. And keeping that nice long back, slide your hands behind your right knee and rotate the right ankle. And then rotate the ankle in the opposite direction. Point and flex your foot. And make a fist with your toes and stretch the toes back. Make a fist and stretch the toes. Let's let the lower half of the leg circle. And then circle it in the other direction. And then using your hands, move your knee in a big circle. Get that hip joint moving. And move it in the other direction. Go ahead and draw your knee up towards your chest. If it feels good, you can drop your forehead down. And then straighten your leg, pull the toe back, point the toe, and draw the knee up to the chest again. Straighten the leg and lower that heel to the floor. You might want to slide forward on your chair just a little bit. And bring your hands over onto your left thigh. Go ahead and lift your chest, lift your tailbone, and just hinge your chest forward. Hinging from the hips, not rounding the back until you feel a nice stretch down the back of your right thigh, back of the knee. If you pull the toe up, you'll feel a stretch in your calf as well. And then sit up and gently lean back until your shoulders just touch the chair. And then tighten those abdominal muscles, pull yourself up, and bring your chest forward. Again, bring the chest forward. And again, lean back. Once more, let's come forward. We're going to hold for just a little bit longer, but don't hold your breath. Keep taking those relaxed breaths. And let's bend the knee, take a deep breath up, and go over to the other side. Pick up that left knee and rotate the left ankle. Rotate the ankle in the opposite direction. And point and flex your foot. Make a fist with your toes and stretch the toes wide. Make a fist and stretch them wide. Let the lower half of the leg circle. And let's circle in the other direction. And then using your hands, move your knee in a circle. Doesn't it feel good to be moving? I already feel better than I did when I started. And let's turn the knee in the opposite direction. Go ahead and draw the knee up towards the chest. If it feels good, drop the forehead down. And then lift the chin, lengthen the leg, point and flex the foot. Draw the knee up to the chest. And then lengthen the leg, bring the heel to the floor. Once again, straighten your back, draw your shoulder blades together, lift your tailbone, and bring your chest forward. Your hands are over on your bent knee. You never want to push down on that extended leg because it's in a very vulnerable position. And you can hurt your knee if you push down on it. So the hands are over on the right thigh. And lean back. Once more. Forward. And back. And let's bring the chest forward. Hold it just a little bit longer. And then come on up. Bend the knee. We're going to open our knees nice and wide. And you're going to take your left hand on the inside of your knee and you're going to gently press against that knee as you bring your shoulder forward and lean towards your right knee. And then bring your chest across the center, pushing gently with the left hand. And come, your right hand, sorry, I got it mixed up. I'm doing the opposite of what I'm saying because I'm trying to be a mirror image to you. So if you're facing me, we are being a mirror image of each other. I love this stretch. I find it feels different every time I do it, depending on what I did yesterday. Sometimes I feel it in my inner thighs. Sometimes I feel it in my shoulders. Sometimes I feel it in my obliques, in my lower back. Let's go in the opposite direction. I've told this joke in class before that this is my secret for traveling. That when you're in the in between flights, you can sit in the waiting area in the airport and do this stretch. Get the kinks out of your back and guarantee that nobody wants to sit beside you. You'll have the chair on either side free. Not that any of us are going to be doing any traveling anytime soon. Let's go ahead and press the knees apart. And then turn your face, look over your right shoulder. And turn your face, look over your left shoulder. Look at the floor and tuck your chin to your chest. And then lift your face, sit up, push up against your shoulders. And then drop the shoulders down, tilt the head to the side, roll across the side to the left. And roll it back the other way. Once more. And roll back. Walk your feet towards each other. Take a deep breath up. That's our warm-up. We've moved just about every muscle in our body. Let's roll the shoulders up and back. And have a drink of water. So sitting in the front half of the chair, we're going to do a nice work for our lower back. And then we're going to start including in the work our gluteus maximus muscles, our quadriceps and our hamstrings. So I want you to put your hands up on your lap, like so. And then I want you to do that exercise again where you imagine your tailbone and you lift the tailbone up. You draw your shoulder blades towards each other. In fact, let's do this. Go ahead and put one finger right at the pit of your throat and the other finger right below your belly button. And imagine there's a piece of elastic between those two fingers. And I want you to make that line as short as possible by rounding your back and tucking the chin down. And then I want you to make that as long as possible by lifting your chest and lifting your tailbone. This gives our lungs and our heart, our internal organs, lots of space to do their job, as well as supporting our core, supporting our back with those lower back muscles. So our hands are out on our knees like so. Our chest is lifted. We've got that long line between the pit of our throat and below our belly button. And I'd like you to take your arms to your sides now. Turn the palms forward and gently press back so you can feel the muscles between your shoulder blades start to draw together. And now we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Maybe about 30 degrees until you can feel that your lower back is starting to work. Hold that pose. And if you can, bring your arms up alongside your head and hold. You're going to feel those lower back muscles working, but try not to round the back and slump forward. Keep the tailbone lifted, keep the chest lifted. Take a deep breath and bring your hands back to your knees. Round your back, tuck your chin down, and let's stretch out our lower back. Lift the tailbone. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Lift the chest. Let your hands come to your sides. Turn the palms forward. Press back gently. Feel those shoulder blades drawing together. And then hinge forward from the hips again. Feel the lower back engage. Bring the arms up alongside the head if you can. And hold. Such a simple exercise, and yet you can really feel those lower back muscles working. Bring your hands back to your knees. Round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. Let's do that one more time. Roll the tailbone back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Arms to the sides, palms forward. And press the hands back. Get those upper back muscles engaged. Lean forward so the lower back muscles are engaged. And bring the hands up alongside your head. And hold. But please do not hold your breath. Keep breathing. Hands come down to your knees. Round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. Excellent. And sit up tall. I want to bring this exercise up onto our feet. We do this in class a lot, but I want to add a little note of caution here. We are not using the chairs that we have at the gym. So please, if you decide that the chair you're sitting on is not safe for this next piece, you can just fast forward through it. Or if you have knee issues and you don't want to do this because of your knees, you can fast forward through this part. Great for the back, great for the legs. But if you have a chair that's going to scooch out from under you if you stand up and sit down, or a seat that's a little bit too low, my feelings won't be hurt if you decide to just skip this part. So if you're going to join me, sit up tall in your chair again, lift this tailbone up, draw the shoulder blades back, turn the palms forward, press the hands back, bring the chest forward. And as your hands come forward, shift your weight onto your feet, and you're going to push your hips forward, squeeze your gluteus maximus muscles, feel that nice stretch go down the front of your hip flexors, and then bring your arms alongside your head, palms are pointing in. You're going to soften the knees, you're going to push the hips back, we're going to go down about halfway. Let the arms slide down, pull back with the hands, push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and bring your arms up alongside your head. Soften your knees, push your hips back, try to keep that nice long back. Go down about halfway and hold. But don't hold your breath, keep breathing. Straightening the legs, push the hips forward, pull the hands back, feel that nice stretch in the hip flexors once again. Excellent. Hands come up. Knees soften, hips press back, and let's take this down about 3/4 of the way, hold, and then make sure the chair is where you left it. Bring your hips back onto the chair and let your arms come to your sides. How do you feel? Does that feel like work? Let's reach down and grab our water bottle, have some water. I don't have a clock on me right now, so I'm just going by my feeling about how far along in class we are. But I invite you to come up onto your feet. Inhale and exhale down. And if you would, come around to the right side of your chair. I'm going to be using the chair for balance. I encourage you not to grab hold of the chair and white knuckle onto it. Work your body, but it's always there to grab hold of if you need it. So we're going to start with our feet together. Our ankles are together, our toes are together, everything's touching. We're on a very small base. And you're going to lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades together, and just shift your weight forward towards your toes. Try not to bend at the waist, try not to bend at the shoulders. Feel your toes gripping down into the floor. And then shift your weight back to the center, and shift your weight back towards your heels. You'll feel your belly tighten, you'll feel the fronts of your thighs tighten. And then shift your weight forward again towards your toes. Grip down with your toes. Make those toes do the job they're designed to do. And shift your weight back towards your heels. It's all right to wobble. I'm intentionally putting you in positions that make you wobble. Shift your weight forward again towards your toes. Try not to bend at the waist. Try not to stick your rear end back. Just make your toes and your ankles and your feet work. And then come back to center. We're going to pick up our right foot. Trying to keep our hips level. We're going to bring our right foot out in front. You can put your left hand on your chair and see if you can lift this hip up. Feel the muscles in your sides of your waist, and your lower back contract as you lift the hip. Not lifting the knee. It's like you're trying to lift your hip up and sit on a kitchen counter maybe. And down. Once again, we'll lift the hip up and bring it down. Bring your right foot right in front of your left foot like you're on a tightrope. Can you let go of the chair and balance? You feel all these little twitchy motions in your ankles and your feet as you stand on your tightrope. Can you shift your weight forward onto that right foot? And then shift your weight back onto the left foot. It's all right to wobble. Again, every time you wobble, you're exercising all the little tiny muscles in your feet and your ankles. And you're rewiring, you're practicing fall prevention. Go ahead and shift your weight back. Try to challenge yourself not to grip onto the chair really tightly. But keep yourself safe. I don't want you to fall. When you shift your weight back, pick up the toes on the front foot. And as you shift your weight forward, pick up the heel on the back foot. If this is easy for you, you can make it a little bit harder by lifting the toes of the front foot before you shift your weight back to the back foot. And if you can do that, you could probably ride a unicycle. Because we're going onto a very small base and then shifting our weight forward. And back. Let's go ahead and pick up that right foot. We're going to soften the left knee and reach the heel forward until you can bring your heel to the ground. And then shift your weight forward onto your right foot again. And shift your weight back onto your left. Looks so simple. And if you do it slowly with a narrow tightrope that you're on, you work a lot of muscles that are important for fall prevention. Let's do it one more time. Shift the weight forward. And shift the weight back. We're going to take our right foot and move it to the right a few maybe 6 inches. Now you're going to find it's much easier to do that weight transfer because you've got a wider base. So of course we're going to make it harder. As you shift your weight forward, I want you to lift your hands and push your hips forward and feel that nice stretch that goes down the left side of your body. Big breath in, and then shift your weight back to the left foot. Pick up the toes of your right foot and go back into a hamstring stretch. Shift the weight forward, bring the hands up, inhale, and as you exhale, back into the hamstring stretch. Once more, hands come forward and up, inhale, hands come back and down, exhale. And bring the weight all the way onto the right foot. Can you pick up the back foot and balance? If you can't, that's fine. Shift the weight back and pick up the front foot and balance. Once more, shift the weight forward and balance. And shift the weight back and balance. Pick your knee up and let your right leg go out to the side and balance. Let's come around behind our chair to the other side. And once again, bring your feet together. Toes together, heels together, knees together, thighs together. Lift your chest. And this time I'd like you to shift your weight towards your left foot. Try not to bend at the waist, or bend at the shoulders, or bend at the neck. Just feel the outside of your left foot taking the weight. Ankle, the calf, the foot. And then shift your weight over to your right foot. Digging down into the floor with the baby toe side of your foot. Working those little stability muscles in your ankles and feet. We have hundreds of bones and joints and muscles and ligaments and tendons in our feet. And they're all designed, they're all there for a reason. And yet we take our feet and almost every day we strap them into shoes or boots and we treat them like they're a block of wood, all one thing. And I think it's really important that we exercise all those little bits and pieces that make up our feet and ankles, because they all have a purpose. Coming back to center, shift your weight forward. I sometimes in class, you've heard me say, if you injured yourself, let's say you injured your elbow, maybe you broke it, maybe you sprained it, you'd be put in a cast or you'd be put in a sling and you would immobilize that joint so it could heal. But if you've ever had a broken arm or any sort of a broken bone, what happens when the cast comes off? You may have to go to physical therapy to get range of motion back. You may need to get, the muscles have shrunk because it's been immobile. And yet that's what we do to our feet all the time. We put them in boots, we put them in orthotics, and we bind them in place. And then we start having bunions and fallen arches and foot problems because we've never exercised individual muscles in our feet. So let's go ahead and shift our weight over onto our right foot. Bring our left foot out in front and balance for a moment. It's all right to wobble. And let's pick up that hip and lower it down. Lift the hip. Again, if you need to keep your hand on the chair to do this, that's fine. That's why the chair is there. Lift and lower the hip. Let's do that one more time. And bring the left foot out in front of the right. Let go of the chair if you can. And move your weight forward onto your left foot. And move your weight back onto your right foot. Shift your weight forward. Fight for your balance. And shift your weight back. As you shift your weight forward, can you pick up the heel on the back foot? Very good. And as you shift your weight back, pick up the toes of the front foot. Again, it's all right to wobble. I'd rather you wobble a little bit and try to catch yourself than flip the chair and not get the benefit of all the muscular work being done to hold the balance. That said, though, I don't want you to fall. So you do what feels best and healthiest for you, finding that balance between challenging yourself and putting yourself at risk. I wish I were with you so I could see you and encourage you and help you. But I'm glad I've got the technology to be able to do this from home. As we shift our weight back, we're going to pick up the front foot. We're going to soften that supporting knee. And we're going to step forward, heel down onto the ground. And shift your weight forward onto your left foot. And shift your weight back onto the right foot. Again, you can make it more challenging by picking up the back heel before you commit that front foot to the ground, and then picking up the front toe before you shift the weight back onto your heel. But if it's hard enough just doing it the other way, you don't need to take it up a level. I have no idea if anybody's going to watch this, but I want to make it challenging for a wider group of people. And shift your weight back. You're going to take that front foot, you're going to shift it to the side a little bit, shift your weight forward. Much easier now that we have a wider base. So we're going to shift the weight forward, push the hips forward, lift the arms up, and shift the weight back. Pick up that front toe down into a hamstring stretch. Weight comes forward, hands come up, and weight comes back, hands come down. Again. Once more. And the weight's going to come all the way onto the left foot for a balance. Hold the balance. You can. And then step back and lift the front foot if you can. Again, all of this is optional. We have to respect the bodies that we have and work with the bodies that we have and celebrate the bodies we have. And let's take that foot up to the side and balance. Excellent. Step in front of your chair, have a seat, and let's have a sip of water. I want to show you one really simple exercise you can do to strengthen your quadriceps while you're at home. It doesn't require any special equipment. So we're going to do that before we go into our final stretch. So what I'd like you to do is take your right foot and move it forward as far as you comfortably can without lifting your toes off the ground. So the foot's flat on the floor, and you're going to take both hands and you're gently going to press down on your thigh, and you're going to draw that foot back towards you. Now, how hard you press down on the thigh is going to depend on three things. One is, if you're wearing shoes and you've got sticky soles, you don't have to push very hard. If you're on carpet, you don't have to push very hard. So what you're trying to do is get some friction between your foot and the floor, and then drag your foot back as far as you can. Right away, you'll feel that quadricep, the hamstring muscle, back of the thigh, engaging. Let's do it 3 or 4 more times. So gently pressing down on the thigh, not on the knee, but back on the thigh, and draw that foot back towards you. And let's do that again. Foot is down, draw it back. And let's do it one more time. This time, as we press down, we're going to draw it back as far as we can, keeping the heel down, and feel that nice stretch down to the Achilles tendon and the calf muscle. Hold for a moment, and let's go to the other side. Left foot is out in front, gently press down on your thigh. So again, this is an exercise you can do to keep those hamstring muscles strong while you can't get to the gym. Press down and draw the knee. Draw the foot back towards you. Press down. Slide the foot back. And let's do that one more time. This time as we slide it back, you're going to push down to the heel. Stretch the Achilles tendon and the calf. And come to center. All right, big breath up. Let's take the opportunity to have one more drink of water. Drinking water is so good for your immune system. So we're back in our chair. We're sitting up tall, away from the chair back, keeping that chest lifted, keeping the tailbone lifted. Let's take a deep breath up. And as we exhale down, we're going to draw our hands back underneath that knee again and rotate the ankle. Just like we did when we were doing our warm-up, we're going to rotate the ankle in the opposite direction. Point and flex the foot. And then move the knee in a big circle. And circle in the other direction. We have done a number of hamstring stretches. in our standing, while we're standing. But since we just worked our hamstrings again, let's go ahead and extend that leg down. Heel down, toe up. Lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades together, and hinge from the hips. If you like, you can rest your elbows down across your thigh. We're going to hold the stretch for a while. Our muscles are warm, so we can hold the stretch longer. We can even push a little deeper into the stretch, but you should never stretch to the point of pain. If you're in pain, you need to back off right away. So take your deep, relaxed breaths. And we're going to hold the stretch. Sit up a little bit and point your toe, and then bring your chest forward again. Sitting up, let's pick up that knee and cross ankle over knee. Now, if this is painful for your hip, you're going to cross ankle over ankle instead down here. And then we're going to bring our chest forward until you feel that stretch down the piriformis muscle. Since we worked our feet, this is a nice time to give your feet a little bit of love. You can take your hand and roll the toes down. You get a nice stretch along the top of your foot. And if you want, you can use your right hand to massage some of those ligaments and tendons and muscles on the top of your foot. And then you can gently pull the toes back. And if you like, you can use your right hand along your instep and work a little bit of the tension out of the base of your foot. Go ahead and take your knee and cross knee over knee. Pull your belly in, lift the crown of the head up, and take your left hand across your lap. Your right hand can grab the back of the chair. You're going to turn your chest and shoulders and look over your right shoulder. See if you can look behind your chair, like you're checking the back seat to see if you remembered your library books. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And facing front, I'm going to take this right knee, I'm going to move it to the side. I'm going to drop the left knee down. I'm going to reach back with the left leg. We're looking to stretch out our hip flexors. Run through the front of the thigh. From the thigh all the way up to the pelvis, where they kind of fan out. And they also come through the pelvis and attach to the lower back. So tight hip flexors are pretty common because we spend so much time seated. But tight hip flexors can cause ruptured discs and slip discs and all sorts of lower back pain. So let's go ahead and bring our right hand up, left hand up, reach forward with the left hand, and then turn over your left shoulder and reach behind you. Let's do that again, reaching forward and opening wide and looking back. And take the arm alongside the body and up, reach for the ceiling, and let the arm come to the side and down. Relax your left knee, let the top of your foot come towards the floor, and gently lean back until you feel the stretch go into your quadricep. You might also feel a nice stretch along the top of your shin and foot, but please be gentle with your knees. If this hurts your knees, don't do it. Or adjust it so that it feels useful as opposed to painful. And shift your weight over off that right hip so you can safely open your knees to the front. Let's push them apart. Get that stretch in the inner thighs. And walk your feet back towards each other. Big breath up. Hands going to come down behind the left knee. Interlace the fingers there and rotate the left ankle. And rotate it the other way. How you doing? How you feeling? Feel like you got some useful work today? I sure hope so. I worry about you. I worry about you being alone and not having your gym family to interact with. And I hope you're finding lots of useful things to do with your time, because it's hard to be cooped up, away from your friends, and away from your church groups and your bridge groups and your lunch dates. Let's go ahead and bring the chest forward, nice long back. But no, I'm thinking about you. And if you want to leave comments on this YouTube channel, I would love to get back in touch with you and see how you're doing. Sit up tall, point the toe. Let's bring the chest forward again. And then sitting up, let's pick up that left knee, cross ankle over knee, and bring your chest forward. Again, ankle over ankle is fine too. What worked on one side may not work as well on the other side. We have a lifetime of using our body in a particular way. Maybe we've had injuries in the past, or just habits that make us tighter on one side than the other. We just have to respect that. Again, you can give your feet a little bit of love while you're holding this piriformis stretch. We work them hard. Roll the toes down and then push them back. If it feels good, use your right hand to work that big ligament at the bottom of your foot. And then cross knee over knee, pull your belly in, lift the crown of the head up, reach across the lap with your right hand, grab the back of the chair with the left hand, and turn your face over your shoulder. Take a deep breath in, and let out. Facing front, grab that top knee, swing it towards your left. Drop the right knee down and reach back as far as you can. Sitting up nice and tall, stretching out that hip flexor. Maybe you noticed my t-shirt. It says, I train superheroes. This was a gift from one of my students, and I just love it because I do feel like you are all superheroes. You're all warriors. And I admire your fighting spirit. You're joining me today and working to keep yourself healthy during these troubling times. Bend your right elbow and then lean forward, reach forward, and turn looking over your right shoulder. Reach forward and turn, look over your shoulder. Arms are going to come alongside the body and up to the ceiling, and then to the side and down. Relax your right knee, let the top of your foot come towards the floor and gently lean back. Being careful of your knees to stretch your quadriceps. Shifting your weight to your left hip. Turn to the front, knees are going to be wide. Let's stretch one more time. Dropping the left shoulder down, look over your right shoulder. And then dropping the right shoulder down, look over your left shoulder. Look at the floor, tuck your chin to your chest. And as you lift your face, push up with your shoulders. And then drop them down. Tilt your head to the side. Roll it across the center of the other side and back. Walk your feet back towards each other. Let's take a deep breath up. And bring your hands together and slide them down to heart center. Push your fingertips against each other, separating the palms. And then bring the palms together. And see if you can keep the palms touching with the fingertips apart. Open the palms, keeping the wrists touching. And then bring your hands together. Open them like a book and roll the wrists out until your fingertips are pointing up. And then roll them all the way through until your fingertips are pointing down. Again. Press it up, gently stretching the tricep. And reach for the ceiling, reach for the floor. Bring your arms out and give yourself a hug. Round your back. Elbows lift up and over. And let's bring that left arm, bend the elbow, press it up. And reach for the ceiling, reach for the walls. Give yourself another big hug. Lift your elbows up and over. And take your hands down to the seat of your chair. Lean forward, lift your tailbone, lift your hips off the chair, and slide them straight back. And sit up against the chair back. Relax your shoulders. Relax a little deeper into your chair. And take a deep breath in. And let it out. Relax the muscles in your belly and draw the air deep into the lungs. Feel your belly rise and fall with the breath. Well, I guess my timing is good because the music is over. Big breath in and let it out. Every breath you bring into your body is drawing oxygen into your lungs. And every beat of your heart is sending that oxygen to every cell of your body, carrying that life-giving oxygen to every cell. And every breath you breathe out is taking out carbon dioxide and other toxins that your body has created during the last breath. So the inhalation is so important to bring that oxygen in, and the exhalation is so important to release the toxins from your body. And I like that thought as a metaphor for life. Breathing in the oxygen, letting go of the toxins. Because I find the people who are happiest in their life are not those who have had the most good things happen to them, but the people who've learned to go and let go of the bad stuff. So as you're breathing, breathe in friendship and let go of disappointment. Breathe in warmth and let go of resentment. Breathe in joy and let go of anxiety. Let's take one more big breath in, let it go with a big sigh. And that's what I've got for you today. I hope it leaves you feeling better than when you walked in and turned on your computer. I was about to say when you walk out the door, but stay indoors. Take care of yourself. I miss you all, and I hope I see you soon.